was the great American philosopher Lincoln Park who once said, "Time is a valuable thing. Watch the time fly as the pendulum swings," or something along those lines. We all have those nights where time is of the essence. We need something quick, flavorful, and nutritious. I got you covered. Let's do this. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. My name is Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen, and this week we are making Korean beef bulgogi. Now, beef bulgogi is a Korean dish that's full of flavor, full of great rich depth, and it's really quick and easy to make. All up, you're looking at around about 15 minutes, so if you're looking for a quick and easy meal, this is the way to go. Now, this recipe was inspired by a Korean creator, a guy by the name of, the channel is called Aaron and Claire. I'm going to link it down below. I absolutely love this guy's work because it's all about what you can do. So it's like, have you got this? Great. If you've not used this, if you've not used this, if you've not, it doesn't matter. I absolutely love that way of working, and that's the way I'm trying to go here. So let's get into it. So ingredients wise, it's fairly quick and easy. So we've got your mushrooms, half an onion, some red capsicum, salt, pepper. We've got our mince, spring onions, garlic, and we're going to make a marinade up out of oyster sauce, soy sauce, sesame oil, mirin, and some sugar. Now, I've already adapted this recipe a little bit, and you'll see in the original recipe they use chili peppers, for example, and shiitake mushrooms. I've just got white button mushrooms from the supermarket. And if your family, like mine, is not so crazy on the hot and spicy, you can just sub in capsicums, red, green, yellow, please yourself. It's just really for a pop of color. And so we're going to dice everything up, get everything prepared. Just as a quick aside, bulgogi is normally prepared if you're using beef with thinly sliced beef strips. Using mince, it makes it quicker and easier. So again, if you're under a time constraint, this is the way to go. Make sure you're using a good quality mince, however, so you don't sort of want too much fat, but you do want sort of about an 80-20. So your prime mince rather than your premium, because that fat is where the flavor is, but obviously you don't want too much. With our spring onion, we're just going to nip those tops off there. And we're just going to cut these fairly finely. So you want to separate the white part from the green part of the spring onion. We're going to use part of this to flavor the oil that we're cooking in. The other part acts as a garnish towards the end of the recipe. So we're just going to dice this down nice and fine. Obviously, the finer the better. So again, this is where your nice sharp knife comes in handy. Just pop those over there. And then again with the green part. So I've just got 3 spring onions here, and that should be enough to give us that flavour that we're after. Watching out for escapist green bits. Get back here, you. There we go. And again, this is one of those ones where, as much as it's quick and easy, you do want to take the time to get the little things right, because that is going to vastly improve your result. Process that down. There we go. Just leave that a little bit at the end off. All right. So there we go, neatly separating the greens from the whites. And again, we just want to finely dice. Now the original recipe calls for shiitake mushrooms. Those can be a little challenging to find, so I've just gone with the white button mushrooms, which is the easiest alternate. You're really just going for the flavors and the textures that these mushrooms can bring. So we're just going to finely dice. I've got 3 or 4 of them here, and we're just going to again get those cut up fairly fine. Now you want to go reasonably fine with this because you're kind of wanting to match the texture of that mince. you're trying to sort of avoid that jarring. What the blazes is that flavour going on. So we'll just pop you over there. Now, you'll see I've got fresh garlic here. This is one of those occasions where if you want to take the shortcut and use the store-bought minced garlic in a jar, this would be one time that I'd be saying, you know what, go for it, because it does give you that added convenience. I personally just favor fresh garlic for the flavour. I wonder if that's a spoonerism or a Freudian slip. So as I say, you're either going to want about a tablespoon or two of the minced garlic, or I've got 3 fairly large cloves of garlic there that I'll process down in a moment. As I say, I just prefer fresh myself, but convenience is the key with this recipe. Now, just looking at the amount of mushroom I've got there, I think I'm only going to need to do the 3, so we'll pop you to the side. And again, a lot of these recipes are kind of to the eye, so what's going to get the best result for the recipe. If you want more, do more. If you want less, do less. We're really just going for that, what do they call it, umami flavour. So that real sort of just yum sensation that you get when you're eating some of these dishes. So we just dice that up. Cool. So we just dice the onion. Again, you want to go as fine as you can with that onion. So we just got a half an onion here. Pretty good one I use for the other half in another recipe. Just gonna hacky slash you that. As I say, you want to go again as fine as you can. You can see with the mushrooms there, just there on the left, I've got a reasonably fine dice. Same again with the onions. Behave yourself. So we're just going to dice him up. Keep forgetting I should do the garlic first so that I can burst into tears. Ah, well. And likewise, we're going to just, if you're using the fresh garlic, process that garlic down nice and fine so that you get that nice fine sort of mince going on. So just cutting it thinly, slicing across, and then slicing down your little planks that you've created so that you end up with a really nice fine dice. You can process this through as much as you like actually. So slicing it very, very finely so that again we're kind of matching the consistency of that mince to get that flavour hit going on. And finally, we're just going to slice up some of this capsicum. So this kind of acts as a garnish and kind of a pop of colour at the end. So probably want to go reasonably small. So we just want to get the ribs and the seeds and whatnot out. And come here. So just all that white fleshy stuff, as opposed to the. Here we go. All right. So I'm just going to cut these down reasonably, kind of like that. Okay. So I've got them as sort of strips, and we're just going to roughly cut them. This doesn't have to be terribly delicate. This is, as I say, a pop of colour and a little bit of a pop of flavour at the end of the process. Now you can, as I say, use red and green chilies if you wish. That is entirely up to you and your individual tastes. Go with the mojo. It's one of the things that I love about this dish is, again, you can just really get creative, make it your own, but it's still so quick, so easy, so delicious, and comparatively inexpensive as well. Right, so, oops, hang on. One snuck through there. Right, just like that. So there's our flavour components basically good to go. So we've got the onion that's going to be flavouring the olive oil. We've got the green onion, sorry, the spring onion tips and the red capsicum that are going to serve as the garnish. And we've got our flavour for the marinade. So let's get into the good bits. So now we come to preparing the beef. So firstly, we've got our mushroom and garlic. So I've just got a bowl here. We've got the mince in the bottom. We're just going to throw that mushroom and garlic into here. And we're going to make a, well, I'm going to call it a marinade, but it's not really a marinade because marinades traditionally you expect to have them sitting around for a wee while or putting them in the fridge for a bit. This is not the case with this one. It's really quick and easy. Get all the flavours in there and then you're basically good to go. So we've got our ingredients here. So we just need a couple tablespoons of just plain good old-fashioned white sugar. And then we go to Flavour Town. We've got 3 tablespoons of this lovely soy sauce. Got about 2.5 tablespoons of oyster sauce, and a couple of tablespoons of mirin, put a lid on that because otherwise that's going to go badly, and just a tablespoon or so of your sesame oil. Okay, and we're going to just give that a bit of a mix up together. Primarily want to incorporate that sugar, get that all nice and dissolved. And then onto our mince. Just getting the last of that sugar out of the bottom as well. Cool. And then the fun part, we get to get messy, so just get in there and we want to get this all incorporated. Now, obviously you can use a spatula or something to mix all this in, but where's the fun in that? So get back here. We're just going to mix all of those flavors together, and just the smell is already incredible. I'm getting the sesame oil in particular, which is a very just mouth-watering already. I can imagine how good this is going to be. All right. Now, as I say, ordinarily when you say marinade, you'd be expecting to leave this for a period of time. The really cool thing with this recipe is speed and time is of the essence. So no, you don't have to. You can just get stuck in right now. So let's head over to the stovetop and get this bad boy cooking. So, usual story, fry pan, olive oil, up to temperature, and then we're going to go in with our onion mixture. So we're just going to go in with the white part of the spring onion and just that half an onion that we cut before. So remember, the green part of the spring onion is going to be used for the garnish towards the end. We're just going to brown this off. So that should only take a few minutes. So again, we're using the onion to flavour the oil, and that will combine nicely with the flavours that we've already got in the mince mixture that's just sitting here ready to go. So let's just get this cooked up. And once we've got those onions sort of nicely translucent, starting to go a little bit on the brown side, in with our mince, with those lovely flavours, the garlic, the mushrooms, and that soy mirin sesame mixture. I'm just going to break that up and cook that out. Get everybody knowing each other nice and intimate. The idea is you want to cook as much of the liquid out as possible. So this recipe is really useful in that you can scale it up again as a meal prep sort of idea. So it keeps nicely in the fridge for about sort of 3 to 5 days. You pop in the freezer for those days where you really don't feel like cooking. So we're just going to get this nice and browned. While this is cooking, we'll just throw in a little bit of black pepper, salt, because again, seasoning is all important. You can see those flavours starting to bubble through there. And you can see those flavours starting to bubble through there. And that's starting to cook off very, very nicely. So this should take you about 8 or 10 minutes. So from go to woe, you're looking 15, 20 minutes tops, and dinner will be on the table. So you can probably see here there's a reasonable amount of liquid still in this bulgogi. So we want to cook out as much of that as we can. The more, if you served it like this, you're going to have a really nice flavorful experience, but it's not going to keep for as long. So you want to cook out as much of that liquid as you can for the longevity of the dish, if you will. And frankly, standing here smelling this is not an unpleasant experience. So that's looking pretty darn good. So I'll give that another couple of minutes, and then we'll add the final couple of sections. Okay, and as we've got this cooked down, you can hear that sizzle going on. So we're going to just add a little bit more of the sesame oil, about a half tablespoon-ish. And we're going to add some of our chopped capsicums from earlier. Now, again, do this to eye. This is more about that pop of colour than anything else. Give that a bit of a quick mix through. You don't want to cook the capsicum too much. You kind of want that crunch going on as well. Obviously, if you're using chilies, again, this is where you throw them in. I might as well throw the last of that capsicum. Why not? We've come this far. Let's go all the way. All right. Breaking up the errant ones. And that is ready to serve. And to plate up, so I've just got a little bit of rice in the bottom of my bowl here, and we just top that with our delicious beef mixture. A A little bit of our spring onions. You can also throw some toasted sesame seeds on here if you've got them as well. Again, just for a little bit of extra flavour. And there you have it. Boom, dinner done in about 15-20 minutes. And it smells good, it looks good. Try to get as much of this on the fork as possible so I can get all the flavours. And it tastes insane. It's such a quick and easy dish to throw together, but those flavours are just off the charts. Damn, that's good. $15-20 minutes for a meal like that, you can't go wrong. Links to Aaron and Claire's show is going to be down below, as are the recipe details, ingredients and so forth for this meal. You've got to try this. This is going to be an absolute winner. Dinner's done. And there's another episode of Kiwi Dad's Kitchen done as well. Hope you enjoyed that recipe, and do please go out there and give it a go. As always, please do like, subscribe, share, hit the subscription button, the notifications bell. I'll get to grips with this one of these days. Do the thing with the thing that makes the things happen. You know what I'm talking about. We've all watched YouTube videos. Please do follow my social feeds as well. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm really starting to get active out there as well. So I'd love your support, and I'd love you to come and join me on there. It's always a pleasure to have you guys along for the ride, particularly when we have recipes as cool as this one that is so quick and easy. And that's me for another week. Until next time, remember, some is a perfectly acceptable measurement when you're cooking. This has been Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.